wrap up this war with Iran in the coming days. How do you think that is going to be responded to by the Iranian government?
Those messages are not completely confirmed. It's not clear that they have really sent these messages, but there are a lot of reports that they have sent messages through Arab countries, which it seems that the Persian Gulf countries were involved in delivering that alleged message to Iran. But the thing is, the question is, can Iran trust in this situation any message that is coming from Mr. Netanyahu's government that showed in different areas like Lebanon itself that even after ceasefire, attacks continued and justified that Israel is still being threatened, for example, in Lebanon by his...
All right, shalom everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. As you see, we changed the topic. The topic was about Abdul. He's a fat boy who was going to, give him, use his fingers to finger Allah. But we just heard the news that Iran attacked the American bases in Qatar. Now, obviously, this is kind of a movie, even though they did it for real, but obviously it is a theater. They informed the American more than 48 hours ago that they are going to attack the bases. This is why Qatar closed the airspace today, all day long, because they informed them already that we are going to do an attack. The American, they took all their soldiers out of the base. There's no airplanes, there's nothing there. And the Iranian, they want to say that we did, attack the American. But in reality, it's just a theater. And like right now, they are saying there's no casualty, zero casualty. So what is exactly happening? I mean, they attack what exactly? It's just to say in the front of their people that we can really attack America. We can punish the American, as we see here in the news.
Hezbollah, there had today on its own, Lebanon, southern Lebanon has faced multiple attacks by Israel despite the ceasefire. So I'm not quite sure that if such a message has been delivered to Tehran, how Tehran can really rely on that. What we see is that this escalation probably will continue. This is the feeling that I can get from different sources in the region, especially here in Iraq.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you talk about that mistrust, Nefi said, because I'm sure that there is also a great deal of mistrust now from Tehran towards what Washington is saying, given the fact that Donald Trump appeared to give a 2-week window for diplomacy and then 2 days later sent in American bombers. And similarly, we saw reports from the Iranian government that they believe that the alleged 6th round of nuclear talks with the US that were planned for what was it, a week ago last Sunday, was also a kind of cover for the Israelis to then go in and bomb the Iranians. So I wonder whether you feel now that that there will be
the precision of this,
a one single attack on a US base in Qatar, a barrage of missiles here to Israel. Is that going to satisfy the Iranian regime and the kind of hawkish voices and the warmongers around the regime?
All right. So let me guess what the Trump he will do. As I know, Trump is a potato. He bragged too much about victories he do. In the same time, we find out that he did nothing. Like 2 days ago, we celebrate that he did attack the Iranian nuclear facility, right? It turned to be that they informed the Russian 2 days in advance that they are going to attack those facilities. The American, they informed the Russian. The Russian, they informed the Iranian. The Iranian, they took all the uranium which they want to save. So literally, Trump, he destroyed nothing. It's just building. In fact, there's pictures of tons of trucks loading uranium coming out of those locations. And here is the same garbage. Iran claiming they attacked the American. But the Iran, they informed the American 2 days ago that in this day, at this hour, we are going to shoot missiles and they will fail in this spot. So please empty this spot because we are going to hit it. And here we see that both are making mockery of the audience. Trump is lying to the American, claiming that he did hit the Iranian and he destroyed their capability of having nuke. But as we see, I mean, if you told them 48 hours in advance, why in the world do you want to keep the uranium, the one they reach already, the one they want to need to make their bombs? Why you inform them? Have you ever heard of somebody want to destroy his enemy capability and he informed them so they can move their uranium? This is a joke. And now Trump, he will go and he will say, because there is no casualty and nobody get hurt and not even a turtle, so we will not respond. So the game is equal. American hit Iranian, there is no casualty, there is nothing hurt. American, the Iranian, they hit the American, there's no casualty, nobody hurt, not even a turtle. So simply Trump, he did nothing. He claimed that he brought victory. He eliminated the Iranian. Like now he claimed that it's not true. But everybody posting pictures from the satellite. Let me show you. What a nice movie. Let me show you. And then he go and he brag about how he did and the brave Trump, like all the president before him, they did not dare to do it, but he decided to do it. Those are the trucks coming to Fordo before the American attack. They are coming to load. You can tell they are not leaving, they are coming to load the uranium. And this is why I asked myself, like, I know there's an attack will happen because the Russian, they evacuate all their employees in those facilities. So Trump, he don't want to make Putin get upset, so he informed the Russian. The Russian informed the Iranian. The Iranian, they took their cartridges for uranium. So the attack on Iran was just a fiction. He accomplished nothing. I will not be surprised if the Iranian, they announce after a few months from now that they have their first nuke. Just wait. And you know, we send the bombers, and you know, I mean, you told them just, you know, I mean, do you think we are stupid, you know, to keep those things there? Remember, this uranium who is enough for enrichment of 9 warhead, we are not talking about tons. We are talking about a kilogram of uranium, maybe. You know, it's not like 10 tons of. It's just a little tiny amount of uranium, enough to make nuke. What a mockery Trump is doing to the American. The Democrats are laughing at him, lying to us about he destroyed and he run. And what a mockery if now he claim that Iran attacking the base in Qatar mean nothing. And I am sure he will come, you will see, you know, until now there's no news coming from him, you know. He will come and he will say, okay, as long as there's no casualty, nobody died, not even American chicken, so we will ignore it. and we don't want to escalate. So Iranian and American, they are exchanging positions in lying to their people. American lied to the people, saying we destroyed their nukes facilities. Yes, they destroyed the facility, but everything they have about the nukes there is gone. It's been transformed already out. Iranian lying to their people, saying, "Oh, see, we are beating the American. We just attack and we launch attack on Qatar." But they informed them in advance. Not a single American soldiers is in that location. They told them exactly what time. They told them what location they will hit. They told them when, how, and what kind of weapon. So we've been lied to in the news by the Pentagon, by Trump, and by the Iranian. Until now, let me see if we go to Fox News. Just wait, they will see the same. Just wait. You will see Trump. He will say, as long as there's no casualty, there's no problem. There's no problem. I don't know why it's not playing.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia expresses its condemnation and denunciation in the strongest terms possible the aggression launched by Iran against the brotherly state of Qatar, which constitutes a flagrant violation of international law and the principles of good neighborliness, and an entirely unacceptable act that cannot be justified under any circumstances. We heard something similar from the Qataris. Bahrain certainly is probably of the same mind.
All of them, they are lying. All of them, they are just playing a game. Qatar, they agree to be hit because they are not hitting them anyway. I mean, when they say they hit Qatar, like, did they hit Qatar really? It's a piece of land where the American bases is. They did not hit Qatar. This is number one. Number two, the Saudi crown prince is dancing in his ass because the Israeli and the Iranian are fighting. Number three, why the Iranian did not hit the Saudi? Because the American, they have bases in Saudi Arabia. But because Qatar is their friend, so hey friend, we are going to hit something like a firework at your country. Don't make a big fuss about it. All right. So it's an exchange of a game, and nothing of this is real.
Those proxies have been mighty quiet since this all began 12 days ago. So I think Iran is increasingly isolated. I think the regime is increasingly fragile. The question is whether the Iranian people are going to be able to overthrow the regime. The regime would like to probably preserve itself. They needed to respond to this weekend's airstrikes by the U.S. military. They could not let that go unanswered. This answer came rather quickly in the.
Somebody saying CP is out of his mids again. Potato, go check in the news and see, is it true that the Russian, they evacuate all their employees from those facilities less than 24 hours before the attack? Yes or no? Is it true that Trump, go to the White House website, that Trump, he informed the Russian that he will do the attack? Yes. So why in the world he want to inform the enemy that he is going to attack them if the purpose is to destroy their uranium? He is worried about a few Russians, they will die in the attack? Since when? And how we can destroy what they have by telling them to move it. So here we go. CP is out of his mid, but this is in front of you. Those are satellites. They brought tons of trucks to move uranium from outside the facility a day before the attack. Question, why the American and the Israeli did not hit those trucks? You see, as long as we can see them so close and so clear like this, and I am sure they can even see the license plate of those trucks, how come nobody hit those trucks? Like, what do you think they are coming to move out? Furniture? Potato chips? All those trucks, look how long the line is. Coming to move exactly what? So claiming victory, the only one doing a good job is the Israeli. And I think Netanyahu, he did not dare to say, well, Trump, he did nothing. He cannot make him upset. So he praised him, amazing Trump, wonderful, wow, we thank you, President Trump, you did amazing. But in reality, he did nothing. Who cared about destroying the building? This is not what they are attacking. The attack is in the uranium. Right? How in the world they saw all those trucks are coming? Neither the Israeli, neither the American, they hit them. How come they saw them leaving? Nobody hit them. I mean, this is the easiest target. If there is an agreement between the Iranian and the American that we will not really hit your uranium, it looked like it. It's a showtime. Iran attacked the USA base in Qatar. My friend, don't you see? I changed the title. Did not change yet. Ah, hold on. I don't know why this title did not change. Okay. Here we go. We change it. I thought I changed the title. I don't know. Is it? Change? Breaking news. All right. So it's very, very upsetting what's going on, and they are playing with us. They are lying to us about victory they accomplish, and they left the Israeli alone fighting. You see, the Iranian, the regime, I'm not talking about the Iranians people, they are taking advantage that Israel is alone in this war. Trump now, he claimed all the credit, like we destroyed and we blah blah, but in reality he did really nothing. The movie, the James Bond movie we saw about the bombers flying 47 hours, whatever, is a joke. First of all, they did not go from all the way there. Obviously, they fly from Qatar. I mean, who in the world would believe that they fly all the way from Minnesota all the way non-stop? What kind of pilot he can fly that flight 47 or 37 hours without sleep? They will be exhausted. This is just to go. 37 hours to go. You know? So they are playing us, both sides, and everyone they claim to be victorious. The Iranian now, they claim in front of their people, we look what we did. We did hit the American. We spanked them in Qatar. Qatar, because he's Trump, because he's a potato as usual. He will go on TV. He says, nobody got killed, nobody got hurt, not even a little cat, American cat in the base. He was not there. Nobody got killed. So I'm not going to respond. So the Iranian now, they feel satisfied that they did something to the American in front of their people. Look, we are brave. We attacked the American. But in the same time, they informed the American that we will attack you, run away. So nobody will hurt. The American, they did the same. They told the Iranian, we are going to attack you, run away. So nobody get hurt. And don't forget to take your uranium with you. So it's a exchange of a game, and the real one is fighting in the ground is Israel. That is the truth. Who wanna bet that Trump, he will say, as long nobody get hurt, I will do nothing? Who wanna bet? You wanna bet? Do you think he will respond? Like how many times they warn Iran, don't respond. That will be the most stupid, foolish thing you do. Here we go, they did respond. What they will do? Nothing. I assure you, nothing. And the excuse, nothing happened. As long nothing happened, or nothing we will do. Right? Hola, he is saying, a CP gonna start worship the Israeli people as if three gods wasn't enough. I don't know, my friend. You are talking about worshiping the Israeli. I can show you from the Quran that your God Allah is kissing the ass of every Jew. Do you want me to show you? You wrote that yourself. Is that fair, guys? Do you dare to call me to show you that your God, he worshipped the ass of every Jew? Do you dare? Secondly, you son of Muta, since when the Christian they have a three God? If your God himself in the Quran says the Christian they say the Messiah is Allah, which means there's no three gods. Every Muslim is a potato, and we smash him, and they don't dare to debate us. Do you want to call me? Who is the one who worshipped the Jews? Your God. Let me show you. Let me show you. As long as you mention this topic. All right. Who is the favorite people of Allah? The Jews. Guys, did the Christian Prince say the Jews is my favorite people? No. Hold on. What's wrong with my keyboard? The letter is stuck. I type F, I type Q. Okay, finally. Read it. Who is the one who worshipped the ass of the Jews? Is that your book? Potato? Hola? Hola? Don't play dead now. Who is the favorite people to Allah? Is it the Arab? No. Is it the Indian? No. The black? No. Who then? The Jews. Are you there? And not only that, Allah, he favored the Jews over mankind and genies. Not only mankind. Chapter 2, the chapter of the Hindu, chapter cow, verse 122. O children of Israel, call to mind the special favor which I bestowed upon you, that I preferred you to all others. By the way, translation is false. I don't know who is the translator. Oh, Yusuf Ali. Let us show you the real translation better. Read and love. Your God is a Zionist. He is a Jew agent. Does it say that, guys? And now he will play dead, the Abdul. Play dead, it's okay. I understand. Play dead. Are you playing dead now? Who is the slave of the Jews? Your God. When the last time Christian Prince he says my favorite people in the world between mankind and genie is the Jews. Have you ever heard me saying that? Have you? Never. I never said that. This is your God. Even the genies, like even the genie in the ball, Allah, he favored the Jews against him. Who's left? Yeah, now he hide, like, you know, the lizard who converted to Islam. I mean, the lizard is the enemy of Allah who tried to burn Abraham, but then he converted to Islam after he died. Show us where Allah cursed the Israeli nation. Okay, do you want to call me and show me where Allah, he cursed them? Guys, just to show you how stupid this religion is. This guy trying to convince us that Allah, he cursed them. So he favored them, he was wrong. The Muhammadan, they claim that Allah, he knew the future. Correct? So Allah, he favored them, Allah, he cursed them. This is what they say. Now show me the verse where Allah, he cursed them. Go ahead, give me the number. I will put it in the screen so we can laugh. Just to show you that you are stupid. Allah did not curse all the Jews. According to the Quran, a group of the Jews, they were fishing on Saturday. So Allah made them pigs and monkeys. What a nice story for kids. Did you watch Mickey Mouse? This is the Quran. So Allah, he told the Jews not to work in Sabbath. Allah, he made the fish only come and play ballet in front of them in Sabbath, and they disappeared the whole week. The people, they get so hungry, they have kids to feed. So Allah playing games. So now the Jews, they get so hungry, they will need to eat. But every Sabbath, one Sabbath, second Sabbath, the fish come only in Sabbath. Allah, he made the fish come only in Sabbath. So those people, they get hungry. So they decide, what we can do, I mean, we have to eat. However, this is in total agreement with the Quran. The Quran says don't eat pork or pigs unless you are starving. So the Quran proved itself to be full of destruction. How here Allah, he cursed them for fishing in Saturday, but in the Quran Allah allow you to eat pig, you pig? Is it true the Quran allow Muslim to eat pigs? It does. Read it. Huh. Do you see it? It's forbidden for you to eat, or by the way, when it says forbidden for you to eat this and this, except if you are hungry. Read it. But if you are starving from hunger, there is no problem. So do you see the contradiction of the stupidity of the Quran? How come Allah, in those verses here, he made the Jews pigs and monkeys for fishing in Saturday because they are starving hungry? But yet here, Allah have no problem to eat pig even though you are a pig. And I don't know why pigs eat each other. By the way, I can show you from your books that you can eat Muslims. Do you want to challenge me? Do you want to call me, challenge me? I can show you that a Muslim, he can eat a Muslim. Are you there? Now don't forget to explain to the people about this cartoon, how stupid it is, that your God is willing to make somebody a pig and a monkey because he's hungry and he fishing Saturday, but he will not make Muhammad the rapist a pig and a monkey because he raped children. Which one is better a crime? Or more aggressive a crime? The one who raped children, the thief, the liar, the deceiver, the killer, or the one who fishing Saturday to eat? Huh, Abdul? Come here, come. Do you want to come? I mean come with O, not you. Because I know you cannot come. Your prophet, he could not come. I can show the reference. He said, I was the weakest person in booming in the world. And then I invoked my Allah and he sent me a dish of shish kebab. I ate it and I get the power of 40 men. And each time I want to have sex, Allah, he sent me the dish of shish kebab in less than 15 minutes. So, which means Allah could not even fix it. So Allah, he sent them a dish each time he want to do boom boom. All is a fiction, stupid stories. And you are talking about Jewish worshipping. Why your God, he cares so much for Sabbath, but you Muslims don't follow Sabbath? How come this God, he wanna kill you, he wanna make you pig and a monkey for breaking the Sabbath, but he don't make, let us say, the Friday? How come the Muslim, they can work in Friday? And Allah is not upset. Where is the forbidden day in Islam? Which day is a forbidden day? Let us say, for the sake of argument, Okay, Allah He chose him for the Muslim Friday. Why it's not a forbidden day? Are you there? Potato. Do you want to try something else? Just throw something at me and take your destiny. By the way, you Muslim believe in destiny. So if a Christian prince he finger your God, it was a destiny. Don't be upset from me. Don't you believe in destiny? Huh? It's a destiny, my friend, that there is a guy, he will be born, his name is a Christian prince, he will wipe the floor of Allah and Muhammad with his butt. Don't be upset from me. It's all destiny made by Allah. Is that right? In fact, even your prophet, he says, if your mother, she F her neighbor, it was destiny. Am I lying? Like your father go to work, your mother, she is staying home, but she is horny, and your father cannot do it like Muhammad. Allah, he wrote in her vagina, as Muhammad says, the name of every man will F her. And look what your prophet, he said, that every Muslim, verily Allah has fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in which he of necessity must commit. Yeah, this is a necessity. Yeah, must commit. You can't choose. It's not a choice. So your mama, she go to the neighbor, she tell him, do you want to have some breastfeeding for adult? We start at the breastfeeding, okay? If I like it, we go for more. And then after she do that, she read this hadith to her husband. She said, it's the destiny. It's not my fault. Allah, He wrote it for me. It is written in my vagina, the names of all the men will sleep with me. I can show the reference. Potato. If you like to call me, let me know. And you can open the camera and show me the names of written in your vagina. I want to examine if the prophet telling the truth, that really Muslim women written in their vagina the names of all the men they will sleep with them. Prove it. Who is a Muslim willing to prove it? We can use magnifier. Be sure that your wife, her stinky vagina don't smell. We need to zoom in. Let her use a Clorox. Yeah, going back to our topic. Well, there's no topic in the topic, as you see. They are lying to us about war, claiming that there is a war, but in reality, it's a joke. This is Qatar. This is Qatar? No, this is Israel, I think. This is Israel. You know what? It looked like Qatar. It looked like a desert. Hold on. Yeah, it looked like Qatar. And why the Americans shooting the missiles if those are just empty, anyway?
Same day.
Why you are shooting it? What is the point? If there's nobody there. Any Abdul? Potatoes. Even in war you are a potato. And now a Christian prince, he is beating the hell of you. What you will say? You will blame the Jews. Just face it, face it. If a Muslim man, his penis did not work, he blamed the Jews. How I can think about sex, honey. Do you see what the Jews, don't you see the news in TV? But what your penis have to do with the Jews? Can't you like take a break for 15 minutes? For 15 minutes, please, can you? Focus here, focus. Oh no, I cannot, look what the Jews are doing with the Palestinian. Do you see what they are doing with the Palestinian? What they are doing with what you have to do with the Palestinian? You live in Qatar, you idiot. What your penis have to do with the Palestinian? Go check how much Viagra they buy every year. I mean, even your penis is not fixed by Allah, fixed by the American product. Even their women, they buy Viagra. Shall I show you the reference? Even Muslim women, they buy Viagra because they have no desire for sex. Pentagon reported no casualty. Qatar successfully intercepted missiles. So where was the attack? So those Iranian, they shot what? Like firework? Not even one missile fell in the ground? What the heck? What a hero.
Missiles at a key US airbase in Qatar. Retaliation, it says, for the recent American bombing of its nuclear site ordered by President Trump. Iran's Revolutionary Guards have released these images and issued a statement saying Iran will not leave any attack on its territorial integrity, sovereignty and national security unanswered under any circumstances. Qatar confirmed the attack on the US base Al Udeid. Well, Qatar called it a flagrant violation and said it reserves the right to respond directly. There are reports Iran may have telegraphed the attack in advance to Qatar and even to the United States, with indications this was a...
Hello? Assalamu alaikum, Trump. Listen, Habibi. We are going to attack the base, okay? Yeah, at 6 o'clock p.m. Yeah, please tell the American not to be there. Yes, we will hit next to the empty. You know where the garbage can, brother? Okay, we will hit in the garbage. Yeah, not the recycle. No, the recycle are prices for you. I know you like money. We will hit the garbage with the stinky stuff. Okay. Yeah, please remember 6 o'clock. Did you receive the telegram? We sent you telegram. Like Mayday, did you receive it? Okay, confirm. Okay, we will hit. Count with me until 10 million. When we finish 10 million, we will shoot the missiles. You will have enough time by then to leave? Okay, no problem. I mean, what kind of attack this attack is? You call them, you tell them I'm going to attack you. You tell them even where. Like what base, what place, what location, what time. And they claim that they respond.
Ione Wells, who's in Jerusalem, and Nafiseh Konavad, who's in Baghdad. John, let's go to you first of all. All eyes really on Donald Trump now to see how he responds to this response from Iran.
Yes, and as you say, everyone wants to know the answer to that, and I don't think I can give that. We're going to have to wait and see. But certainly, since these attacks were launched, it does seem that they were somewhat telegraphed. There was some sort of warning, and we've actually just had the Republican Speaker of the House of Representatives here saying that this sort of response from Iran was anticipated, and given that there are no casualties reported on the ground, no US servicemen injured or killed, we don't even know whether any of these missiles from Iran met their target. I do think that certainly the Iranians are giving a signal that, you know, this might be some sort of off-ramp. Everyone, as the previous guest here on BBC World was saying, is playing to their domestic audience. That's what Donald Trump has got to do. That's what the Qataris are doing, the Israelis and the Iranians. So the Iranians, they needed to send a signal that what America did on Saturday evening, the early hours of Sunday morning, couldn't be met without some sort of response. But it does seem that this was relatively moderate in terms of the damage it's done.
What damage? If they hit the missiles did not even hit the ground, and the damage is done. There's no damage. They intercept all of them, and they shot only 3 missiles. Three. What kind of brave people those people are? For me, if you ask me, I hope Trump, he will do respond to them and wipe the floor with them. But based on what I know, Trump, he have a lot of problems, and he like to celebrate victory without being victorious. So now he will claim, yeah, they did nothing, they hit nobody. The same what happened last time when he killed Suleiman, you remember? The Israeli at that time, actually, they hit and they injured many American soldiers. Still, he did nothing. And he went in TV, he says, as long nobody die, we will not respond. Hi. Potato. So the Iranian, they knew the nature of a Trump already. They knew he's a show boy. He liked to show off. You know, look what I can do. Like, I'm the hero. Praise me, everybody. Hey, Netanyahu, look what I did. And then we check in reality, we find that none of this really happened. And if what all the news is saying, that the nuclear facility were emptied before the attack, that means Trump really is lying to us. And look, those pictures are taken before the attack. Trucks are coming to unload, to load all the cartridges, which is the important ones. I don't think they can unload them all, but they will take the important ones out, you know, as simple as that. And if you can't tell me why those trucks are coming to this place, you guess maybe they want to move the cafeteria from inside. They are worried about the coffee machine, huh? Maybe they want to take the toilet seats from the building because they are expensive, made in Germany. So the American, the Israeli, they saw all those trucks and nobody attacked them. Why? And you know, when you see a satellite zooming like this, that means somebody is watching non-stop, correct? So there is no way journalists, they see this, but the American CIA and the intelligence of Israel are not seeing those trucks. Right? So they are lying to us, both sides. American, Israeli, and Iranian. Netanyahu, he don't dare to say to Trump, you did nothing. So he praised him in TV, wonderful, amazing, you are the brave guy, thank you very much, President Trump. You made history. But Trump, he did nothing, as you see. They took all. And the Iranian are actually, I laughed at them in the beginning when they said that we took all the uranium off already. I laughed at them. I said, you stupid, you should not say that. Because now they will attack you. You just said you move it. That means that the mission is not over yet. But obviously there's an agreement between them. There's something they see in TV. And there's something behind the screen. Trump and Putin, they agree, okay, hit the building, we take the uranium, we move the Russian employees from those facilities, you claim victory, we have party, everybody is happy. Now, I was going to go today and talk about this lesbian boy, but we will make it maybe later at night, because this news came urgent, so I switched the topic to be about this. All right. Let us see if any news coming from Trump. For sure, he's drinking coffee, is he? You know, he will say there's nothing happened anyway. Don't worry about it.
For any further attacks on any U.S. bases, Trey, in terms of the Israeli response that continues, what's your sense of what they were able to accomplish? And did the attack on Saturday night soften up any targets that they were able to then go back into over the last 24 hours?
It's a great question. When President Trump ordered those strikes against Iranian nuclear facilities, the Israelis wanted to ensure that Iran couldn't go and determine how much damage was caused or try to repair anything that was hit in the U.S. strikes over the weekend. And so earlier today, outside of the Fordo nuclear facility, this large fortified facility that President Trump ordered the strikes against, the Israelis hit the access routes to Fordo so that the Iranians were not able to send teams in to assess how much damage had been done. Martha?
Trey Yang, thank you very much. We'll talk to you later. Thank you. So with
Guys, the Israeli, they hit the entrance. So how it's destroyed and now the entrance still safe? Like, can somebody explain to me what they are talking about? How we put bombs can destroy a mountain and the entrance is still working and they can get in? What this guy is talking about? So did we destroy the building? We keep the entrance, and then the Iranian, they will go inside the entrance and they will take, and from the entrance they will take everything. What the heck is that? Do they even listen to themselves when they talk? Second day, we hit the entrance so nobody can get in. Get in where? I told you destroy it. Like, did you put some firework inside? What do you mean get it wrong? He just said, we hit second day, we hit the entrance so they cannot get in and assess the damage. Does that mean it's still safe? How you can get in? Like imagine you bomb them with 6 bombs. 6, not 1. Each one of them tons of explosions. And then they can get in? How? Get in where? Shouldn't the whole thing be collapsed by the time you did the attack? Where you can get in? There's something not right in what they're saying. Everybody is lying at us from every side. Iranian, Israeli, American, everybody is lying.
With that, we want to bring in retired U.S. Navy Commander Kirk Liphold, who commanded the USS Cole during the 2000 Al-Qaeda terror attack in Yemen that killed 17 of our American sailors. It was the largest Al-Qaeda strike that took the lives of Americans prior to 9/11. Sir, thank you very much. It's good to have you with us today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Martha.
So give us your reaction to what you just saw today in Qatar. What does it tell you about Iranian ability to retaliate, and where do you expect it to go from here?
I think what you actually saw today, Martha, was a very calculated response on behalf of the Iranians to save face. The fact that they equate it to the number of bombs that were supposedly dropped, clearly that number is a mismatch, but nonetheless, that's what they are advertising, again, as Jennifer mentioned, for their domestic consumption to make it appear that they are responding against the great Satan and doing something. At this point, as well telegraphed as this attack was, to the Qataris and to a lesser degree, even the United States, what we are seeing is calculation on behalf of the Iranians to say, okay, we've responded to the United States attack from this past weekend.
Question, and why you allow them to make this propaganda? Why you don't hit back and teach them how to behave? Because now if you don't do anything in return, that means you are helping them with their propaganda. So they send they send you a fax saying, okay, we will attack you tomorrow, please leave, because we want to do propaganda for our country. And because the Iranian will be upset if we don't do something. But so we have to do something. So please excuse us. We are Iranian regime and we are Islamists and we are a bunch of cowards. Can you please help us? We will attack you and you do nothing about it. Trump, he said, sure. Don't worry. I am the hero, You attack the, the base will be empty. You will look so good and we will support you. All right? You want to take selfie? Come here. I will give you American mega hat. Like, what the heck is that? So they are saying to us, and they understand that the Iranian regime is using this as a tactic for their own local consumption. Why you are helping them? Why you don't hit back immediately to show them their size? As long as they don't dare really to hit you, and you know that. Because if you don't hit them, you are helping them. You are helping them with their propaganda. You are doing it.
While this planning operation capability did a great job, I think at the end of the day, the Iranians now, having responded, are going to look for a way to preserve their ability to survive as a regime. But if we keep shutting off avenues for them to survive, along with the Israelis, then I have no doubt that the Iranians will turn to asymmetric warfare, and they will attempt things not only around the world against U.S. national security interests, but quite possibly here at home, especially given the number of unknown Iranians that came across the southern border. So the threat remains. Iran is still dangerous. They should be considered through that light. But at this point, we need to tell them, let's get to the negotiating table, and in very short order. That
See?
should be a swift time.
See? Let us get to the negotiation. How you keep saying that you cannot trust this regime, they are terrorists, and then you say negotiation. Anyone understand what's going on? How those are terrorists? They killed a lot of Americans. Are we going to negotiate with terrorists who killed a lot of Americans? Is that a clear sign of weakness or strength? Why you want to negotiate with them? I mean, if you don't negotiate, what you will lose exactly? Who is the loser in this case? Why you insist they will come and negotiate and they are the ones saying no? That means you are the always weak and they are the strong. You are begging them. They keep talking about come to the table. Come to the table. What we would do on the table? They have sex. The bed is not comfortable no more. What does it mean to bring them to the table for negotiation? About what? Why you don't? Because if you bring them to negotiation, that means you have to lift the sanctions. That means you have to support them. Leave it as it is. Let them in the corner forever. Nobody can buy their oil. Nobody can do business with them. Nobody can support them. Nobody can sell them. Nobody can buy from them except the two beasts, the Russian and the Chinese. Why you want to negotiate? About what exactly you want to negotiate? Huh? Everything you hear is stupid. And look, how many days ago, from the beginning, from the first day, I said the Israeli, they should hit the electric grid of Iran. Guess what? The Iranian, they hit the electric grid of Israel. And now there's thousands, there's more than 18,000 houses in Israel have no electricity. And until now, the stupid Netanyahu did not hit their electric grid. So in Israel, there's no electricity. In Tehran, they are playing games. What kind of leadership this leadership is? Why you allow your enemy to have electricity? They are hitting your villages, your cities, your towns, civilians, hospitals, and you are worried about destroying their electricity? What do you mean that's not true? You want to tell me that Israeli don't lose electricity today? Okay. Shall I show you? Not true, not true. And I heard it even from an Israeli TV. It's not even like the enemy. Not true. This is not true. Is the Jerusalem Post is made in Iran? Not true. This is not true, okay? So they are destroying your cities, destroying your building, destroying your houses, and you are worried about their feeling. You cannot win a war in such a way. You cannot be civil with the savage. That was for 4 hours. It doesn't matter, 4 hours is a lot. Guys, 4 hours only. If they could, they will make it for 40 hours, 40 years if they could. So the point is, they are targeting your electric grid. What is the target? Your electric grid. Are they hoping for 4 hours? No. Like sometimes I feel like I'm talking to walls. If they are hitting your electric grid, that means they want you to be without electricity. As simple as that. So if they could not make it happen more than 4 hours according to you, that's because they did not succeed to make it longer. The damage was not enough to make it bigger. But they wish. So why you don't do the same, but make it for 40 years, not for 40 hours? Are you following with me, guys? Because if you take the electric grid from Tehran, the situation will change immediately. The people will rise against the government. Nobody can stay in such a heat for, like now we are already, this is the second week at war. Imagine they are for 2 weeks in total darkness. And not only that, army, manufacturers, everything will freeze because without electricity, you can do nothing. And there's no generators can be enough to take the place of the grid. So you hit the electric grid, you hit all their fuel, so even generators will not work because there's no fuel. And the grid is gone. And then the whole country is in dark. And then you hit every electric tower and every a communication tower. The whole country go in dark. Communication, internet, a phone, even food, even water, because water need pumps. The pump need electricity. The electricity is gone. Neither in America, neither in Israel, there is really a good leadership for war. I appreciate the Israeli army. They are very powerful. Very, very powerful and very professional. Remember, I'm not talking about the Israeli army. Because Israeli army, they take command. They don't choose their target. If they say to them, hit this, they hit it. Don't hit it, don't hit it. So the Israeli army, they are doing an amazing job as a military, as Air Force, but the leadership is a bunch of potatoes. They wanna do a civil war, you know. Civil war doesn't work with the savage. Like Hezbollah was bombing them, bombing their houses, and then the Israeli they call Hezbollah. Assalamu alaikum habibi. We are going to hit the square number, etc., the address of etc. Please tell all the civilians to leave. And then the terrorists leave with them. The terrorist and the civilian, they leave. How you can win a war like this? Like imagine the Abdul, they want to kill a Christian prince. Abdul, he called a Christian prince. Assalamu alaikum, Christian prince. This is Al-Qaeda. We are going to some mujahideen to shoot at your house. Please be sure you are not there. All right? Yes, we will be there after 7 o'clock. Okay. Please, again, between 7 and 10, be sure you are not there, because our soldiers will come to your house and shoot at you. All right? Because, brother, we don't want to kill you, okay? We want to be sure you are fine. Have you ever heard of a war like this? Like I was watching always, why the journalists, they are pointing the camera at a building. I mean, there's nothing happening there. And then boom. It turned to be the Israeli. They told everybody 2 hours ago. This is why everybody is looking at that building. Did you ask yourself why they are aiming the camera at a building? There's not even a smoke of a cigarette there. How do you know? Because the Israeli, they tell them. Even now, by the way, go check it in the news. They told them this square and this square in Tehran, please empty it. We are going to attack this area. I mean, are you stupid or what? You cannot win a war by being civil. It's a war. Do you know what war mean? Especially you are fighting savages who they are willing to kill your civilians with no mercy. And I am not encouraging, by the way, to hurt civilians, but you cannot win the war by doing what you are doing. Either winning the war is more important or hurting the feeling of some is more important. Which one? Choose it. Right? Until now, Trump is nowhere to be found. Trump is playing golf, I guess. Where is Trump?
Somehow Oman, that was
once in the Middle East, whether it involves the U.S. or other parties. I think this was an attempt not only to close the issue of the enrichment program and bring the Iranians to the table if at all possible, but also to close that other cycle of violence going on.
Were you surprised that Donald Trump took this decision? Because he campaigned, of course.
I just saw a news from Iran saying that the Ukrainian intelligence, they try to destroy a manufacturer in Iran. The Ukrainian intelligence, they try to destroy a manufacturer of drones in Iran. And they are saying they were able to stop the attack. This is the Iranian regime news, which need no witnesses, because, you know, Allah is our witness. Yeah. Let us see here the blah blah.
Strait of Hormuz or attack, oil shipping spike, oil prices, engage in cyber warfare. This seems to be among those options, one of the more limited options. So if in fact the United States comes away from this saying like, okay, it's time to maybe cool temperatures here, it remains to be seen. The president was supposed to have a meeting today at 1 o'clock with his National Security Council. It was shortly before then we started seeing all this activity out of the region that we were expecting an attack to focus on that air base in Qatar. That's when it happened. We'd heard the Secretary of Defense, the Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, had gone down to the Situation Room without the President of the United States, where he was expected to join them later on in the day. So, question remains is how the U.S. is going to play this from here, if we expect anything more from Iran, and whether the Trump administration feels like there is more to be done, perhaps reopen negotiations to try to get a longer-term agreement when it comes to Iran's nuclear program. President saying it's been pretty successful. We'll see if we get more information to that effect coming up.
All right, Rich, thank you very much. Rich Edson at the White House. And Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, reportedly stating on social media moments ago, quote, "We didn't aggress anyone, and we will not accept any aggression from anyone under any
Yeah, they don't aggress anyone. They want to kill the Jews. They attacked synagogue in Argentina, killed more than 200. They killed 250 American in Beirut. They killed people everywhere. They killed tens of thousands of Muslims, Sunni, in Syria. And we did not aggress against anyone. I mean, their crimes is endless. Not to forget to mention that they are the biggest drug dealers in the territory, if not the whole world. And we did not do any aggression against anyone. Yeah. But anyway, I'm very sure that Trump, he would do nothing about it. And he will let it go. You see, if a Trump is a strong leader, as he claimed, he will respond and show them their size. We know that Iran with Israel they are not even match. Iran is 75 times bigger than Israel. Yet the Israelis are wiping the floor with them. So why Trump is so worried about responding? At least respond, don't go at war. What about you send them like 300 airplanes and give them shish kebab, one hit, says, hey, okay, Iranian, you hit us, we hit you back. Each time you hit us, we hit you back. Once, only once. Let us play this game. Huh? What about you make a command right now and send your airplanes over Tehran and give them what they deserve? So they will learn that when you do fake attack, we do raid attack. You notice here how the Iranian, they don't really care for America. Even they knew America is powerful. The reason for that, they knew that the leadership in the West are weak. They will do anything to avoid war. And when your enemy, he sense, it's like, you know, you have a dog. A dog will go crazy on you because he smell your fear. If the dog is intimidated, he will sniff like a cat, you know, he will become, because intimidated now. If he feels that you are afraid, the dog will act like a lion. And this Chihuahua, the Iranian regime, he can sense the fear of the Western. They don't want to go to war. And this is why he's acting like a lion, even though he is not even a Chihuahua. So it's not the fault of Iran to act in such a way. It is the fault of those Chihuahua in the Western command. Those Chihuahua, they are sitting in the top of a massive lion. It is not the problem the lion. The problem is the Chihuahua in the top. So America is a massive lion, can eat every lion around it. But we don't have a real command. They are just doing politician and politics and business. Come to the table. All what Trump is worried about now is how we can be busy with something else. We want to make money. I don't want to be busy with this. They understand him very well. The enemies, they understand Trump very well. He is a businessman. He will not go for war. He is against any war because war means business is no good for him at least. But we are not for war too. But that does not mean we let those criminals get away with their action. You have to spank them hard. You have to show them what America can do. Now they act showing disrespect. You are the superpower, not them. Yet they are acting as they are the superpower and you are the opposite. He does not want death. Well, this is funny, by the way. I mean, you don't want death. I don't know how you can make victory over your enemy without death. What, you wanna kill chicken only? So why you have army? You have army and airplane and making those massive bombs to do what? You don't want to cause death? So what do you want to cause? Fever? What exactly that mean? Why we spend all this money in this massive army? If we could not stand against Iran, we will stand against who? China? If Trump is afraid to go in conflict with Iran, how he can save the ass of Taiwan from the Chinese tomorrow? Why they are sending their army to Philippines to defend the Philippines from China? The Israelis spit on the prophet Jesus. Why do you defend them? Lala Queen, thank you for saying that. That means your prophet is a liar, because according to your prophet, nobody can do that to Jesus. So what you are saying to us, Queen, that you're a prophet, he lied about the story of Jesus being in the cross. Thank you very much for confirming that the story in the Bible is true and Muhammad is a liar. That is a good point you made. Secondly, Jesus in the cross, he said, forgive them, Father, they do not know what they are doing. So if Jesus loved them and he forgave them, why you hate them? Number three, you Muslims, nobody spit at Jesus as you Muslims. You made fun of his Bible. You kill his followers. You burn his churches. You rape the Christian women. And the Jews spit at Jesus. You are the rapists. You are the criminals. You are the killers. What the heck is that in TV now? Let's move it away. The Jews, they spit at Jesus. Do you know? Let me tell you what. So why the Quran says the Jews are the favorite people of Allah? Huh? Why Allah favor them? Why Allah he said to them, go and kill the Palestinians? Isn't it your stupid Quran in chapter 5 verse number 21 says Allah told the Jews, go and kill all the Palestinians, and this land Allah assigned to you? Why Allah defend the Jews? Is that your book? Is that your book or my book? Your God is a Jewish agent. Same time, we as a Christian, we understand very well that the Muslim believe in killing the Jews first and then the Christian next. So if anyone he think that this war between the Jews and the Muslims, he's stupid. The Muslim, they say Saturday first, Sunday next, which means we finish the Jews first and then we finish the Christians. So only foolish people, they say this is not our business. You are next. In fact, they were first for centuries, but since Israel is back to exist, now all the Muslims are busy with Israel. If there's no Israel, let us imagine for a second there's no Israel. Where is Iran will be hitting right now? What is the target will be? Rome, France, Italy, huh? America. Isn't it you Muslim, you say Islam will dominate the world and we will control and will do jihad? Isn't it your faithful prophet says, I've been commanded to kill all mankind until they convert to Islam? So only naive people think that this is a war between the Jews and the Muslims. This is between the Muslims and all mankind, because the Muslim believe that all mankind should surrender to the filthy Muhammad and his penis. This is what Muhammad said. Mudhammam. His real name is Qatham Mudhammam, which means the one with bad behavior, filthy. I was victorious by terror. Who is the first terrorist in Islam? Muhammad. Do you see it? I was victorious by terror. Terror is the way of war in Islam. It's not war, it's terror. So we terrify you, so you surrender. Because if you became a coward, you have a fear, you tremble. You don't want to fight. I cannot make it with those terrorists. This is the whole idea of terrorism. And Muhammad is the first terrorist. His God is a terrorist. In fact, even inside the Muslim family, terrorism practice. The man, he beat his wife to do what? Why the Quran chapter 4 verse 34 says beat your wife? To practice terrorism. Huh? He terrified his wife, so his wife, she will surrender. Terror is the essence of Islam. And we fear nobody. And we will wipe the floor with your prophet and your terrorist. It's not their fault, by the way, that they are terrorists and they are getting away with it, but it's the fault of those so-called leaders who they do nothing about it. Trump, he meet with his intel team as Iran retaliate. Let us see what Trump he will do. But I am sure he will say, as long nobody hurt, I will do nothing with it.
Today, what kind of update can you give us on these operations? And curious about Evan prison. Have any prisoners been released as a result of the bombing of that gate that we just showed?
We're not yet aware of that. The goal, though, is to weaken the regime. This is a despised regime by its people. The people of Iran hate the regime. It's a corrupt, old, incompetent, and very cruel regime that throws anyone who's against the government into jail and torture and to death in many cases. So we're trying to make a dent there. At the same time, we are continuing to peel off everything we can from the nuclear program. We'll see, we'll know in the following days the precise damage that was done at the Fordow enrichment center. And then I guess we'll all be a bit smarter.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that. We have some pictures of these 16, I believe, trucks that were on the Fordow site before the attack on Saturday night. And they appear to be taking, loading something up and taking it out of the area. We understand that there are 900 pounds of enriched uranium in this facility. Do you think that it was taken somewhere else? And was the IDF able to find that location?
Look, we should assume that Iran did everything they can to hide it in all kinds of secret places. At the end of the day, it's not a huge thing. Uranium is a very condensed material, so you can hide it in caves and tunnels, etc., etc.
See?
And we also need to be aware that when you take highly enriched uranium and you pour it back into centrifuges for a bit more spinning, you reach the 90% line, which is very dangerous. So we're going to have to see how many centrifuges are left, how much enriched uranium there is, so we can assess how far back have we pushed them.
How likely is regime change in Iran from where you sit?
It's very difficult to know because it's a chaotic thing, regime change. We saw it in the 90s, end of the 80s in the Soviet sphere, in Romania, in Poland, in the Soviet Union, etc. Very hard to know in advance. And I would also say that we know that Iran is turning off the internet, so it's making life very hard for folks to organize big demonstrations and protests. I think we should be doing everything in our power, we being Israel and America, to allow people to communicate with each other in Iran using Starlink, other sorts of devices.
Point. We saw what Starlink did in Ukraine to help that situation, and certainly the Iranian people want to be able to get information, but the regime wants to make it look like they're fighting back at the moment, and probably not let people know that it's unsuccessful.
As you heard, this is the previous Prime Minister of Israel. He said, well, those uranium are very easy to carry, and he's right. because the enriched uranium is just like a small amount of uranium. It's not like you don't even need a truck. You know, we are talking about a kilo, 2 kilos, something like that. It's not something very heavy, like, you know, massive in matter. So they can hide it easy. They can put it in apartments even. They can put it in a storage. They can put it in a warehouse. They can put it inside the kitchen, you know. The only problem they have is how to move those materials safely. And as long they have scientists, and I'm sure they have the equipment to do it, you know, why not? They are prepared for war, and, you know, they are Trump is talking about we will hit it for a long time. So I will not be surprised if they hidden everything is in danger for them and they put it in a safe place. And yet both sides, they claim that we destroyed their capability of having the nuke. It's going to be horrible if we hear the news that 2 weeks from now or 6 months from now, the Iranian, they say we have our first nuke. And I think that will happen mostly. And then what the American would do? If they are afraid to fight with Iran when they have no nuke, are they going to have a war with Iran with nuke? They have no nukes now. And yet Trump is counting to 1 billion before he do hit. So what they are doing is absolutely wrong. They are not dealing with this situation good. They are being hypocrite. They are doing politics and nothing truthful in what they say in TV.
Thank you. Well, earlier we spoke to our security correspondent, Frank Gardner, and asked him to put everything that's happened in the last few hours into global perspective.
It unfolded very quickly, but it's possible that this is the high watermark of the US-Iran conflict. Let's hope so. Everything now depends on what Donald Trump wants to do. It's very clear that the Iranians decided they had to respond to the US air raid by the B-2 bombers. There will have been a debate between hardliners and more cautious, pragmatic people in the Supreme National Security Council of Iran. And some will have said, we need to hit them hard and fast and now, and we need to lash out in all directions. Others will have said, well, let's salvage this. Come on, let's face it, we are facing overwhelming force here. And the pragmatists seem to have won out, although it was very dramatic, and of course it is, on the face of it, an escalation. I mean, Qatar is furious. They're calling this a flagrant violation of their sovereign territory, and they're not going to be impressed by Iran saying, no offense to you, Qatar, you're a brotherly nation, but we're...
When they speak about Qatar being upset, this is a big fat lie. I assure you, Qatar in total agreement with Iran. It's a scenery, and this is why Qatar been chosen by Iran, not the Saudi, because Iranian and Qatar are very close friends. They did not attack Saudi Arabia because they don't want Saudi Arabia to respond. Saudi Arabia is not a friend to Iran. Qatar is the most close friend to Iran. Remember, Qatar and Hamas is the same thing. Iran and Hamas is the same thing. So they are partner in the crime. So the Iranian and the Qatari, they are making a scenery that we will say we attack in Qatar. The Qatari said, no problem, as long you will not hurt the Qatari, as long you will hit the American, and there's nobody there anyway, go for it. So now Qatar condemned the attack, for sure, this is what they will say in TV, but in reality, they called Qatar 2 days ago, telling them we will hit you tomorrow. Please take care, close your airspace. Like, did you ask yourself why the Qatari, they closed the airspace since yesterday? How they knew they will hit? Because they told them.
Let
It's a mockery.
is retaliation for the recent American bombing of its nuclear facilities that was ordered by President Donald Trump over the weekend. These are pictures supplied by Iran, Iran's Revolutionary Guards, saying that these are images of missile launches. Iran saying they launched 6 missiles altogether towards Qatar. They've also issued a statement saying Iran will not leave any attack on their territorial integrity and sovereignty unanswered and under any circumstances. Qatar, for its part, confirmed there was an attack on their territory on the US base at Al Udeid, which is home to some 8,000 American troops. Qatar called it a flagrant violation and said that it reserves the right to respond directly. There are, though, reports, having said all of that, that Iran actually might have telegraphed the attack in advance to Qatar and even perhaps to the United States, with indications that perhaps this was really a largely symbolic attack. 6 missiles fired, Iran saying, a choreographed, performative missile strike, perhaps not designed to cause too much damage or too many casualties. Well, Al Udeid is the biggest American military base in the Middle East. It's the forward operating base of US Central Command in the Middle East. Hugely important, therefore. In fact,
What a mockery. What a mockery. They are making fun of us. They claim that they are at war, but in reality the war is only between two, Israel and Iran. America, they are not involved. Trump, he did nothing. And Trump become an embarrassment if he did not respond. And I'm assuming he will not respond. He will sleep over it. He will act as nothing happened. And that will make the Iranian, feel proud about what they did. Look, we attacked the American. Not only they can attack us, we attacked their bases. And Trump is hidden and running, and he acts as if he saw nothing. It's a showtime. Neither Iran want to have a war with America. Neither America want to have war with Iran. Trump, he claimed victory over something he did not accomplish. Iran claimed victory over America over something they did not accomplish. The only one is doing the accomplishment is Israel. Those are the only true soldiers are involved at war now. And the American and European are watching Israel fighting alone. And they are waiting for Israel to destroy Iran. Western countries, including America, they don't want to get involved. They are a bunch of business people. They don't care for Israel. Even if they're Iranian, they shell you with billion missiles every day. They will not care. They will say we support you, but from behind the scenery. But they will not join you in this war. And the proof is in front of us. In fact, I wish Trump, he did not do what he claimed he'd have done, because as you see, obviously nothing happened. He hit buildings which are empty. They took everything from inside the buildings. There was nothing there. And it's a joke. Those are trucks. They were there a day before the attack, taking whatever they need from inside this facility. I never heard of somebody want to destroy a very sensitive target, involve something we can carry, like we can move. Like this is not just like a machine they cannot move out. We are talking about things we can move. Uranium. Why in the world he want to tell them in advance we are going to hit you tomorrow? Like, when we heard the news, we thought Trump is playing deception. He played them. He told them I will hit within 2 weeks. And then suddenly in the weekend he hit. It turned to be totally this is false. He told the Russian told the Iranian they send their trucks, they empty the facilities from all the important reach uranium, and boom, Trump, he hit an empty building. And then he claimed victory. Yeah, we just heard the previous Prime Minister of Israel. You did not hear him? He was in the interview a minute ago. They asked him about that. He says, yeah, we will not be surprised. You know, uranium is a small amount. You can move it. You know, it's not a. We should not say this is going to be happen. We need to assist and see. You know, but this is the satellite pictures. Look how many trucks. Why the American, why the Israeli did not hit the entrance of those buildings so nothing can come out? The Israeli, they said they cannot destroy the building, correct? Like deep, it's deep in the ground. Okay, what about hitting the entrance and destroy it? Trucks, they can go inside the building, down. The whole truck can go, not just individual. It's like elevator, you go take it. No, there is a road. The whole truck can go inside it. So why the Israeli, they are watching in the satellite, and the American, why they saw those trucks and they did not do anything? And then they claim victory and we destroyed it and we finish it. And then just wait, 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, we will hear the Iranian announce they have their first nuke. Fake victory, fake war, and fake accomplishment. Yeah, I don't know what kind of leadership we have in the Pentagon, how smart, and they went in TV, and the guy, the general, he was talking about how President Trump, with his amazing thinking, he was able to manipulate the enemy, make them believe that the attack is not happening soon, when in reality, he called Putin. Like, you know, before the attack, the first thing I saw in the news, it says Putin command all the scientists and the Russian who work in those facilities to leave immediately. Okay, I said, okay, maybe it's like he's being careful, you know. No, it turned to be that Trump told him, we are going to hit there, be sure your guys is out. And then Putin, he told the Iranian. Very smart. Genius. You know? Yeah. You can go back on time and check the news, you know? Let's see, hold on. Russian scientists to evacuate nuclear facility Iran. I say Iran, Google type urine. When this news is, look at this. They are just fooling with us, you know. Russia pulls its scientists out of Iranian nuclear plant as Israeli strike threaten decades of collaboration. Okay, what time this happened? What is the date, guys? June 20. Now this is the news, by the way. It doesn't mean it happened exactly in this time, but this is before the attack. So the Russian, they did not move any of their scientists all this time. Imagine the Israeli are hitting all this time, and the Russian, they did not move one employee, which means nothing happening there. Only now, the Russian decide to move all their scientists out. because the American, they told them we are going to hit. It's obvious, preset agreement between the Russian and the American, and even the Iranian. Trump, he want to make himself a victorious. As usual, he liked to appear something special. He claimed he made victory, and in reality, it was a show time. In fact, I will not be surprised if the one who took the nuclear material is the Russian. It might be the American and the Russian, they have an agreement. We will keep the uranium safe, and you go ahead. Is it possible? I think so. Because the Russians are involved very deep in this scenario. The Minister of Defense of Qatar is making a speech complaining about the attack of Iran. Nice show, nice show. Very nice show. Yeah. Let me show you. This is the Qatari Minister of Defense. Oh no, he is speaking in the name of the Ministry of Defense. He just finished his speech. Yeah.
في مساء هذا اليوم وردت معلومات مؤكدة أن القواعد المتواجد فيها القوات الأمريكية في منطقتنا مستهدفة ومنها قاعدة العديد القطرية.
Look at this officer, you know. I mean, this is the most horrible army you can imagine. They will lose a war with army of turtles. This is why they have the American. Look what the Trump he said, guys. Look what it says here in red. It says, Trump, he is saying, I thank Iran very much for telling us earlier. In red, it says, Trump, he said, we thanks Iran for telling us earlier. He sent a special thank you to Iran for warning the American that we will hit there. I mean, isn't this what I'm telling you? It's a joke. Have you ever heard of an enemy exchange thank you? Yeah, you can use your phone to translate what I'm showing you if you don't believe me. Urgent news, عاجل. Here it says, urgent news, عاجل. Trump, أشكر إيران على إبلاغنا مبكرا. I thanks Iran for informing us earlier about their attack. That is a very friendly war. You know, I mean, like, what is that? That's amazing, so beautiful, so sincere relationship. And look at those, the Arab are meeting together now to discuss the situation. Iran, Trump is saying now, the response of Iran is so weak. Really. Don't tell me he is live now. No, this is just from the news, just as the previous one. Yeah, the response of Iran is weak.
Al Udeid in Qatar. Al Udeid Air Force Base, Air Base, military base in Qatar. Iran says it was targeted because it's outside of its location of populated areas. A U.S. military official telling Fox no missiles reached the base and there were no casualties, as just quoted by President Trump. Neither detail seems to deter Tehran. They are suggesting, a senior official is at least, that they are not done with retaliation. But Trump might be. A military source telling the New York Post, quote, Trump has no intention of striking back after Iran's failed retaliation. Meantime, the New York Times, confirming what was just written by President Trump, reporting the officials said Iran symbolically needed to strike back at the United States, but at the same time carry it out in a way that allowed all sides an exit ramp. They described it as a similar strategy to 2020 when Iran gave Iraq heads up before firing ballistic missiles at an American base in Iraq following the assassination of its top general. That confirms what we just heard from President Trump, that there was warning before these missiles were launched at an American military base. We're covering this with team coverage. We've got Texas Republican Congressman Austin Pfluger, retired naval...
Just give me a break, you and Trump. All of you are a bunch of potatoes. He will not retaliate. It's a joke. It's a mockery. The Iranians are hitting houses and buildings in Israel, and Trump, he considers nothing is happening. All of this because he don't want to put his nose there. He will leave the Israeli fighting alone. Instead of taking the opportunity to show those people what is their size exactly and how you respect America, and you never dare to assault American. You see, when you don't do retaliate, you are giving a clear example for other enemies that American leaders, they fear us. This is not about, they hurt nobody, they told us. No, they did hit. Even if it's symbolic, they did. And this is the whole point of it. So why you allow them to get away with their propaganda? Why you don't hit them back? And show them anytime you hit us, we will hit you severely. As we just heard, last time, the Iranian, they hit the American bases in Iraq, and more than 23 soldiers have severe injuries. Trump, he went on TV, he says nothing happened. If one of them get killed, I will respond. Potato. And this is why the Iranian regime is being so arrogant, and they act as if they are the strong and America is the weak. Very weak Western leaders are not good for our time. Very disappointing. We pray that the Iranian, they will make a bigger mistake. And then that mistake will force Trump, who is he potato, who he don't want to go to war, at least short one. That mistake will force the potato Trump to do something serious. I hope the Iranian would do such a mistake, because I know Trump, he will not do anything. And then we can teach those savage who they are. You can't be nice and kind with savage. Nobody can win a war like this. This is not a war. This is a mockery of the American, mockery of the Israeli, abuse to the Israeli, abuse for the whole area. This country, Iran, is acting as if they are a superpower without having a nuke. So what will happen if they have nukes? What do you expect? Just imagine. You think America preparing for response? Trump, he will never respond. You want to bet? Do you want to bet? I know Trump. He has not even controlled his party. You know, he claims strength. He claimed that he is the powerful man in the party, the mega. He is not able to control them. Everyone's singing, it's like a bathroom. Everyone's singing in different direction. They are like a bunch of a chicken. Like you go inside the chicken house and everybody making a noise, but nobody knows what the other person, the other chicken is saying. But all of them making noise. There's one he claimed to be a rooster. He's so proud. Other one is the female chicken. The other one he think he's a turkey, even though he's a chicken. So the Republican Party these days is just like a chicken house, and they are just making noises. I mean, even the guy who they support to deport him, this guy, the pro-Hamas. Do you remember him? The guy, the pro-Hamas. They could not keep him in jail. They could not even deport him. What kind of a president this president is? I mean, what is exactly your authority in this country? You could not deport someone. He is not a citizen. He violated his visa. He support our enemies. And he's free, and when he came out, he gave finger to Trump. Have you ever heard of a president he could not deport one person? One guy? Palestinian guy? And not only that, by their stupid action, they made the guy a hero. Look at the pictures all over the internet. He's kissing his wife, kissing his baby. You know, the one who support Hamas, want to kill the Jews, he's free. And he is laughing at Trump.
He's my husband. He's an incredible man. He's the person you are all waiting to hear from. So without further ado.
Yeah, without a further ado. Look, they made him a hero. Look at this. Crowd, people by thousand outside. Hey, you know, American.
Well, who is Mahmoud Khalil?
Who is he? Piece of shit.
That's what the administration has tried its best to portray me as someone who's violent.
No, you are not.
Mahmoud Khalil is a human rights defender.
Right.
Mahmoud Khalil is a freedom fighter.
Right.
Mahmoud.
He's a freedom fighter who support Hamas. Hamas is a freedom fighter, right? Yeah. Big failure for Trump. Not only they could not get him out, they made him a hero. Like, if they did not arrest him at all, that would be better. Nobody knows about the guy. But now they made him famous. They made him superstar. And they did nothing. So what you did exactly? Secondly, you stupid people. If you want to take him to court, do you take him to court in an area which is run by liberals? We know the judge will judge for him. They are liberals. Like, what about you wait for him until he go to different state, so he will be under the rule of different state and different judge in different territory? Why you arrested him in New York or New Jersey, wherever he was? Why you do that? No, the Democrat not. You see, the Democrat are stupid, no problem, but the Republican are not better. Obviously, the team who is taking the case are a bunch of stupid. If you know that the judge is Democrat, like, aren't you? Are you stupid? What do you think Democrat judge will judge? Just ask yourself. So why you arrested him when you know the judge is going to be Democrat? Why even you arrested him in such a way? Why you do that? What about you take him right away to the immigration judge, not those judges, all the other charges they're trying to talk about, you know, they have, okay, he defend Hamas, etc. But this is a liberal judge, he defend Hamas too. The judge who is going to judge him, he support Hamas. So we have a big problem in this country, and Trump administration, they are facing failure after failure. I mean, just such a stupid case they could not. The minister of Rubio, Marco, it is his authority to cancel the visa of anybody without any excuse, and no judge can do anything about it. Nobody. You do not need even to give excuse. You see, if you rent, like, I don't know if you've ever been renting an apartment. If you rent an apartment, like I sign, it says that there is a 30 days notice that either party can kick you out, which means you can tell the owner you are leaving after 30 days, which means in this case you are kicking the contract out, or the owner of the house or the apartment, he can kick you by giving you a note of 30 days evacuation. In the case of visa, the foreign minister or the Department of State, they can cancel your residency anytime because you are just a guest. You are nobody. This is the sovereignty of the country. They have the right over what they gave you. They can take it back. There's no need for judge. There's no need for court. There's no need for any of this. But they did it wrong. Jesus was a Jew. Is that right, CP? No, Jesus was not a Jew. Jesus is the God of the Jews. Only naive people, they say it in such a way. Because if Jesus says before Abraham, I am, that means when the grandfather of the Jews was not exist, Jesus was exist. So only dummy people say Jesus was a Jew. And you are a dummy. Do you want me to make you famous? If the Messiah existence is before the Jews are exist, Mary was a Jew, for sure she was a Jew, and Joseph was a Jew, and David and Moses, yeah, sure, but not Jesus, because the birth of Jesus have nothing to do with his existence. All right. If Jesus says, Father, glorify me, I was with you before the world was in unity, before the world, yeah. What Jews? Before the Jews, before the world, before Adam, before all mankind, before all creation, before the stars, the Messiah was with the Father in unity. All right. But people say silly stuff. They are shallow-minded, so they say something silly. And if you are silly, you do silly stuff, don't you? My criticism to CP that he don't understand free speech. No, I understand the free speech and I appreciate it. But when somebody support our enemy, that is not a free speech. That is a treason. You must be stupid to allow your enemy to take over your country under the word of free speech. And you know, just to show you that the free speech is never exist. Can you make a statement against black people? No. Like a racist statement. Can you make a statement that you support Hitler? No. So where is the freedom of speech? How come Hamas supporters, they can have a freedom of speech, but anyone else, anything else you cannot? Can we speak about homosexuality? They will censor you right away. So freedom of speech is a big fat lie. It is very limited. Like America have a freedom of speech compared to other countries, but in reality, the freedom of speech in America is very limited. Why I have only 290,000 something in my YouTube? Do you know why? Because from time to time I lose my channel. I should have 7 millions, 10 millions, not 290,000. Why? Because there's no freedom of speech. Just yesterday, the video I made 6 hours, they took it off. Is that correct, guys? Didn't I was in live on air for 6 hours losing my voice? It's gone. They will find any reason to censor you. Your President Trump himself, they suspend his account in YouTube, in Facebook, in Twitter. And you want to fool yourself and you say there's a freedom of speech if the president himself don't have a freedom to speak. The most powerful man in the country, if not the world, he cannot make a post in YouTube. And you're telling me there's a freedom of speech? You know, stop fooling yourself, please. Yeah, the problem, Christian Prince don't understand the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, my butt, my friend. You are just fooling yourself. True story. Freedom of speech. Yeah. There's a lot of a freedom of speech, I can tell.
Percent of customers.
Here we go, commercial. Give me a break. Is this attack on Qatar gonna divide into war or Shia Sunni? My friend, they attack nobody. What attack on Qatar? This is just attack on the space. They hurt nobody. They did not even kill a chicken. They told the Qatari 2 days in advance we will attack you, but this is fake. It's just to make ourselves responding to the American. There's no attack. Do you really believe what the title says? Qatar is the most close friend to Iran, and this is in total agreement with between both of them. Don't fool yourself. Yeah, attack. I believe them. You know, when you are naive, you believe everything you see in TV.
Planning parlance, we use things like degrade, destroy, deter. Now, if you listen to the Joint Chiefs General, Dan Kane, who spoke over the last 48 hours, and he gave a very nuanced representation of what those strikes were about, including what aircraft were involved, where the packages were involved, where they got airborne from. But he used nuanced language like severely degrade. And I think when you're putting 6 GBU-57s, the massive ordnance penetrator bombs, onto the same target, then that's obviously going to have some sort of degrading effect. But you know, in terms of your point, Ben, you know, what is the outcome? What is the bomb damage assessment, and what does that mean in terms of?
Just give me a break. Blah 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 blah. Too much talk. Trump, he posted in social media, congratulation word, it is time for peace. See? It's time for peace. So what the heck does that mean? Israel is burning. They just attack your base in Qatar. It's a time for peace. What this guy is talking about? Lord have mercy. I would like to thank highly respected Emir of Qatar, the supporters of Al-Qaeda and Hamas, and the one who gave them a lot of money for all what he has done in seeking peace for the regions. Yeah, the Prince of Qatar, he is mean, he loves peace. The Prince of Qatar is the most powerful piece of shit in the world. Right? It does go down. What the heck is that? He want to sell a t-shirt? America? All right. Iran has officially responded to our elaboration of their nuclear facility with very weak response, which is we expected, and have a very effective countered. There have been 14 missiles fired, so they sent 14, not 3. I thought 3. 13 were knocked down, and one was set free because it was headed to non-threatening direction. I am pleased to report that no American were harmed and hardly any damage was done. Most importantly, we have gotten it all of their out of their system. What does that mean? And they will hopefully be no further hate. Man, I want to thank Iran for giving us early notice, which made it possible for no life to be lost and nobody to be injured. Perhaps Iran can now proceed to peace and harmony in the region. What this guy is talking about? Iran is a good country now? Proceeding for peace? True story. True story. And the Iranian, they are saying, we send a clear message to the White House. Guys, that is just funny and stupid. That is really so dumb. I don't know who is the dumb. I mean, who is more dumb, the Iranian or the American? Trump or the mullah? Who is really the most dumb here? That's so dumb. Why there is no sound here? I don't know what happened in this channel here. There's no sound. Weird. Hold on.
Israel strikes. We understand over 700 Iranian civilians have been killed in these strikes over the course of the last week or so. Israel has also spoken about regime change, but ultimately when the Iranian public is currently, there is no love lost, by the way. The bulk of the Iranian people are, no love lost between the regime and the Iranian people. And we've seen over the course of over a decade, going back to 2009, when people have been protesting against this regime. But ultimately, with Israel's actions, it certainly doesn't put Israel in a favorable position when so many civilians in Iran have been killed as a result of these strikes.
So first, let me be very clear about it. We have nothing against the Iranian people. On the contrary, we respect them, we pray for them, and we targeted military sites. And if there were any civilian casualties, we regret that. We have the precise ammunition, and we targeted nuclear sites and military sites. Regarding the regime, it's not up to us to decide whether there will be a regime change or not. I hope it will happen for the people of Iran. They are the one who suffered for 46 years, and they are the one who paid the price since the revolution. So I hope that for...
I have to say, I like the Israeli accent. Anyway, you see, as long as you regret casualty, you will not win the war in the way you should. It's a war, potato. What we regret casualty and our war is not against Iranian. What the heck does that mean? I mean, I understand diplomacy, that you don't say what you want to do and you don't do what you want to say or what you say. But give me a break. Just give me a break. Even my stomach don't like what you are saying. The enemy wish to eliminate every single one of you. Death to America, death to Israel. And then the Israeli have to be politically correct. The thing that so we saw in Israel, we regret any casualty because simply we are trying not to take a casualty. So and this is why you're not finishing the war fast. You call them, you tell them we want to hit this building. And then the terrorists, they run away. You call them, you say to them, we want to hit this building, they take the uranium out. When those people will learn that you cannot win the war by wearing a suit, it's a war. Do you know what war means? In war, people die. It's a war. They want to accomplish the mission of victory without casualty. Lord have mercy.
Clark, we've been watching the developments over the course of the last few hours. Speaking there to the Israeli ambassador to the UN, he sort of dismissed the idea that this was staged. He said this was a direct attack on a US base. But from what we know, this is now both sides attempting to de-escalate the situation, the United States and Iran, and for Iran to find some kind of off-ramp now.
It looks like it, yes. The Iranians certainly were never going to let this pass without a fairly quick reaction. And I think there's quite a lot of indication that the Ayatollah Khamenei has actually devolved quite a lot of immediate decision-making to the chiefs of the IRGC, the Iranian Republican Guard Corps. And they were certainly never going to be backward in the way that they responded. So this has been a response. It had to be quite quick. But it is a measured response. It's still a violent response because it could have gone wrong. But attacking Al Udeid is the base at Al Udeid, the biggest American base in the region, and it has high symbolic value because of all the things that go on at Al Udeid. But equally, giving notice of the attack in effect and making sure that they attacked a very heavily defended target, I think was a way for the Iranian.
All right, our friend here, Christian Prince Islam, saying. Weapon industry would be the war to continue forever. My friend, war is happening everywhere. The weapon industry, they will never die as a business. It is the most successful growing business ever. Because there's a competition around the world who is going to dominate who. So don't think if there is war or no war, the weapon industry will be always in the top. And people will buy weapon, there's war or not. If you think that war will make weapon, you are mistaken. They make it anyway. The buyers are there. Because everybody is scared from everybody. Those are people in Qatar who are running in the mall. See how people get scared like rats, easy? You know? Even the attack have nothing to do with those, you know. But people. Everybody chicken out. Abdul. Run, 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 run. Yeah. There's two industry, they will never die. Garbage and weapon. Like if you want to buy stocks, go buy garbage stocks. They will never lose. Because as long as there's a human being, there's shit and garbage everywhere. They make money from collecting the garbage, from the recycling. They make money for free because they take your recycle for free and they make a lot of money from it. So their stock will never lose. So if you want secure investment where you will never lose, garbage. All right? If you go right now, check in the stock market about garbage. Garbage, I'm serious. Garbage stocks. You will never lose. It's very stable because always there's garbage. Always there's garbage. And then the war, because peace will never happen. And if now we have peace, the people are buying weapons to prepare for war. And the competition, like even when you buy weapon, are you done? No. Because the weapon tomorrow is smarter than the weapon today. So if you have weapon from yesterday, is useless. So all those countries, especially like those who have money, they have to keep buying weapon, regardless if they are using it or not. You can't stay with the weapon you have from before. It's old. Like now the Saudi, they are ordering, I don't know how many airplanes from USA. Will cost hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. By the time they receive them, those weapons will be old. And they will be outdated. But they will think that we are stronger because simply now we have those weapons, so we can fight our neighboring countries, but we cannot fight the one who we've bought the weapon from them because their weapon for sure is way powerful than what they gave us. So even when you buy a weapon, you know that your weapon you're buying is limited. As long as you are not the one who make it, and you are not the one who is, let us say, proceeding in advantage or advanced technology. So the industry of war is always going to be there. We'll never die. There's war, there's no war, doesn't matter. And you know, in case you do not know, that even there is some weapon or ammunition the army destroyed if they don't use them for some time. Which means they consider them expired. They consider them risky even to keep or to use. Like maybe at your home, you have ammunition for 15 years. You can check your bullets and you find them, you are still fine. Like you can fire them. There's no humidity, there's no damage to them. You can fire them still. The bullet's still fine. But in the army, it's not the same. Only very poor armies, they use very old ammunition. So you don't go to war, you go to war, those ammunition have to be replaced. When I was in the army, I will give you just an example about how much even waste Department of Defense they have. I returned my computer. The computer belonged to the army, you know. This is not my personal. But when they gave me the computer and the ID with it, they give you a bag, you know. The bag is brand new. Brand new bag. So the old bag, I replace it. I went to the, what they call it, like the warehouse, and I replaced the bag for my computer. So they gave me a new bag. So when I'm done with my service, I gave the computer, and now I want to give the bag. So I went to this lady to give her the bag. She said, "Oh, why you brought it?" I said, "This is yours. I took it from the army." She said, "No, we throw them. It's a brand new. Until now I have it. Until now, I have it in my house. Brand new." I said, "You throw it? I just did use it for like 2 weeks. It's brand new. Nice bag. Very good quality." They throw it away in the garbage. So, what you do not know, that there is war, there is no war. They love to waste money. In purpose. And this is an example of not even an emission. This is just a bag. So you can imagine what they do with other stuff and how much waste of money. Those called Department of Defense in every country. Yeah, me myself, actually, I said I should complain, but I will complain to whom? Who's going to listen to me, you know? I took it. I brought the bag with me. I said, "Are you sure? So I can keep it?" He said, "Yeah, keep it." You know? I said, "Can you give me a paper that I don't want to be accused that I took something not mine from the army?" They said, "Are you kidding me? Just take it." You know? Yeah. So the war, we know it's a business. Department of Defense is a business, but it's a business you have to have. You cannot, you cannot have your country without it. All right, it's a must.
Less certain. How much damage did America's attacks on Sunday inflict on Iran's nuclear program? Our science and technology editor Tom Clark examines what we know.
Donald Trump claims it was obliterated, but just how damaged is Iran's nuclear capability? Let's start with the prime target, Iran's most advanced facility at Fordo, suspected of being used to enrich uranium close to what's needed for a nuclear bomb. Using plans seized by Israeli spies in 2018, analysts suggest this could be the layout of the tunnels under the Fordo site. Here are the access roads leading to a 250-metre-long hall containing the uranium enrichment centrifuges. An assessment of this kind almost certainly influenced the targeting of at least 3 bunker-busting bombs to these 2 specific locations above the buried facility. Ventilation shafts may have been used to allow the bombs to penetrate as far as possible to get to the buried centrifuge hall beneath. But how much damage was actually done remains unknown, and it's more than likely any stockpile of enriched uranium there was removed before the strikes. Then there were the attacks on the facility at Natanz. Israeli raids we've outlined here in orange almost certainly targeted surface buildings, including stores of enriched uranium. However, post-strike radiation monitoring suggests there was little, if any, material there. At the weekend, the Americans dropped bunker buster bombs in this yellow area, targeting thousands of enrichment centrifuges operating in bunkers below. Then there's the Isfahan complex. Again, Israeli missiles destroyed a number of buildings outlined here in orange last week, and at the weekend, US cruise missiles targeted others, including the uranium conversion plant.
Yeah, they can talk about it for the coming century, but time will tell if all of this was successful or not, because we might hear in the soon future that Iran announced that they have accomplished their first nuke. All of this now, they are claiming they did what they have done, but really nobody knows. The only thing we have to wait for the future to see how truthful the news is. All right? Don't listen to the news and don't believe the news. Do you think Israel will allow Iran to have nuke? You see, Israel still is limited in their ability. They are doing their best. But, the problem is Iran is a massive country, and they have, tons of mountains. They can hide stuff. They can. It's very hard, All of this depends on how much intel and how much the Israeli are able to penetrate inside the government and the regime to spy at them. This is the only hope for Israel, so they can hunt and find out where their secret. But if the Iranian, they were able to hide their programs, like maybe there is something they don't know about, So this is what I'm saying, like, we do not know how much Israeli are successful to hunt with their spies all the secret of Iran. So if they were able to hunt everything, then there is no surprise will be happening to Israel. But if the Iranian, they were able to have a secret still, which nobody knows about, that will be a big problem. And then the war will continue again, but then it's going to be different. Then Israel have to use nuke. If Iran have nukes, Israel have to use nuke next time. They have to nuke them before they get nuked. As simple as that. And remember, Iran is a massive country compared to Israel. It is 75 times bigger than Israel. So in order for Israel to accomplish, some massive victory, they have almost to nuke everywhere in Iran, not only one place. And even that will not guarantee them that Iran will not be able to accomplish sending a missile or warhead have nukes in it. You see, today, 10 missiles were able to penetrate through the defense system of Israel. 10. So imagine if one of them have nukes. Right? 10, not one. Yeah. I heard that now the Israeli have a new system of defense join the other systems. Let us see how good this one is. Just started. And I hope they will get better in ability to defend themselves. But as long their system doesn't work like out of how to explain it to you. You see those missiles, they send them, they shoot them to the space, not directly at the country. So they go up to the sky, and then they go in outer space, and then they make like an arrow going in the direction of the target, but they don't enter the space until they are falling down, and that will give you only, I think, 2 minutes. So they are very, very, very high in the space. So the Israeli, when they are hunting, like when you see in the screen here, when you see those lights explosion, those are not the missiles. Those are the missiles after being destroyed. So there is many shots are done to destroy one missiles. One to destroy the missile, and then many others to destroy the fragment of the missiles. Those ones we see coming down are not the missiles. The missiles, the only time you will see the missile when it comes down all the way and explode. A real explosion. That is the whole missile falling down, which means they could not stop it. Otherwise, all those lights you see in the sky, those are not really the the explosion you see. Those are the fragment of the missiles, and they are being destroyed before they go down to Earth to make them smaller, let's say. So they have a very short time and able to stop it. The only way for the Israeli for a future mission or future war is to have a satellite Star War system where the satellite will hunt those missiles from the sky, not from the ground. So they should have satellite on the space, watching the space 24 hours, 7 days a week, and those satellites are able to shoot laser maybe to destroy the missiles before they arrive to the territory. Like shoot them over Iraq, shoot them over Syria, they are in the space, yes. But waiting for them to come to your country, and you have only a minute or two to destroy it, that is extremely risky and dangerous. This is why the success is not perfect. So the Israeli have to change, or let's say upgrade and advance I'm sure this war will give them a lot of experience and see where is their weakness, so in the future they can fix it. And I hope so. All right? And I trust that the Israeli army and the Israeli scientists are very smart people, you know. So I have no doubt that they will do everything in their hand to fix this issue. I'm very sure about it. But as always you say, not everything you wish you can have. You know, it can be not. You know. It might take long time. It might take short time. But I know that the Israeli, they have the top scientists in the world. So if the Israeli could not do it, nobody can do it then. And now we heard about the Golden Dome Trump he want to build over USA. And this is the whole purpose of it. They will use satellite, as I said, not a system in the ground only. So there's satellites who they are monitoring, and they will be firing. Like you see, the war in the future will be totally different from the war now. Like, you know, Trump, he introduced the F-47, I think he called it, right? 47. So this airplane have an army of drones fly with it. Drones. And this airplane is an AI. There's no captain in it. And this AI airplane control all the drones. So when there's a war, they will send one of those 47 airplanes. It's not 47 number of airplane, it is the name of it. And it have like hundreds of drones with it, and this airplane will control the target. So the war in the future is going to be AI war. It's not going to be handled by men, it's going to be all by AI, which is going to make it really scary more. I mean, it can be more protective, but what if this AI went crazy on us and start shooting us instead of the enemy? You never know, you know. But this is what the 47 already is. It fly. I don't know how many drones they fly with it. Maybe 200, maybe 300. I'm not sure. So it's like a small unit of army, very aggressive and very precise, because simply everything is fast. Like the decision of the brain of a human being can take, you know, some time to process what I should do. But with those, the decision will take a part of a second. Like even here, like when Trump, he mentioned that there is one missile they did not shoot down. Why they did not shoot down? Because simply it was going to fail in an empty area. All right? How they knew it's going to fail in an empty area? The AI, right away, it calculate the target and where the spot is going to fall. So if the missile will not hit anything, why will we waste a missile to take it down? Let it go. It's going in an empty place. So this is why here he says 13 they were knocked down, which means they were hitting into a target, and the number 14 was taking the wrong direction, so we let it free. All right. All right. We have people in the chat, they keep talking about the Jews. I see. Do you think that we see happening now is related to to verses in the Bible about wars and rumors of wars in Matthew 24, 6, 8. You see, don't do what many false teachers do. Anything happen in the world, they say right away. You see, Matthew said that, John said that, Revelation says that. Don't do that. War happen every day in our life. There's nothing new. All right. And when the Bible speaks about war, we are talking about the degradation of the mankind. It's not just this is not a war. What is this? The war we will talk about where the whole earth is going to be boiling. Not this. Aren't you sitting in your home drinking your coffee now? That's not the war. But false teachers, in order to make themselves unique, anything happen, they claim it's a prophecy. The same as the Abdul, they bend the Quran to make it fit with science. So Allah, He said He will grab him from his forehead hair. What the Muslim says, scientists, they say that the memory and where a person he lie, it's in the front of the head. But it's speaking about hair, not head. Grabbing from his hair. So don't do what those people do. We are not Muslims. We are not shish kebab. We are not Abdul. Don't apply anything you see in the news right away to the Bible. All right? We are not desperate for a prophecy. Our book is the book of the prophets, and everything there is true. But don't, like if you go check right now, how many Antichrist there is. Trump is Antichrist, Obama is Antichrist, Clinton is an Antichrist. Each time somebody come, they make him Antichrist, right? So like this is like a non-stop, Antichrist. Kamala Harris, yeah, we know, like anyone who the Bible says, whoever deny the Father and the Son is an Antichrist, but he is not the Antichrist. There's a big difference. So all the Muslims are Antichrist. There's no need to make a study about it. All of them, they deny the Father, deny the Son. But businessmen, who they are trying to apply anything in the book on an event happening today to get the attention, the crowd. How I can make you listen to me? I have to make you excited. I have to make you like alarmed. So you will see a lot of people speaking about prophecy alarm. There's a guy in YouTube, he's a Christian supposedly, prophecy alarm. He go live. Iran is hitting, I'm sure he's live right now. I forgot his name. I'm not trying to put him down, but this is false. Prophecy alert. And right away he start posting for you verses from here and verses from there. And those verses will be used in the time of the Persian, 2,000 years ago. And they will be used 500 years after. And they will be used 10,000 years after to prove a point. But it cannot be about all of those. It's about going to be one occasion, not all of them. Like which one? So they are businessmen, like the false Muhammad, trying to abuse the scriptures and manipulate what the Bible says to make it fit with an event happened today. If a hurricane happened, the Bible mentioned it. Yeah. But there's many hurricanes happen. Which one? If an earthquake a prophecy and alarm. In Japan, there's 1,000 of earthquake every day. I think they have like more than 2,000 earthquake every day in Japan. I don't know how Japanese have sex, by the way. I mean, you do not need to move. Just sit still. I think it's the best place for Arab to go there. Arab are lazy to have sex. So they just like, sit next to each other. I want to say how. And then the earthquake would do the job. Like we do, like a dryer machine and laundry. Right? Yeah. So don't listen to those people who try to apply anything in the Bible in something happening today. For sure the prophecy is going to be about something is going to happen, but those people, they are abusing the Bible. And then, remember, when people, they do this, many people will lose their faith. Like, do you remember those, I think it was Jehovah's Witnesses, they announced the day and the time and the hour when the judgment day will happen, and they did calculation? Anyone remember? And then people, they start selling their houses. Poor people, believe them. And then the date came and nothing happened. So those people, they damage faith. They don't help it. It's like, the story of the shepherd and the wolves. So this guy is an idiot. He's a shepherd. He think it's fun. Hey, the wolf, the wolf. The whole village come. The whole village get alarmed. They come to help him. I was joking with you. Second time, the wolves, help, the wolves. The whole village came to fight the wolves with him. There's nobody. He was joking again. The third time, the wolves, they came. He screamed his ass, man, nobody show up. All right? What this potato is saying, Jew, zoo, you. This guy, he have a mental issue, obviously. Let us send him to the zoo, as long he is trying to insult the Jews. Look like he is from the monkey land. Let me send you back where your mom, she gave birth to you. Stalin. All right? Now you are inside your mama again. And may your mama bless you with her sweet juice. As Prophet Muhammad said. Isn't it your Prophet, he says, until she tastes his juice and you taste her juice? Do you want to call me and tell me how your daddy tastes your mama juice? How your mama juice tastes? Have you ever heard of a prophet speak about your mama tasting the juice of the man and the man tasting her juice? How she squeeze it? You want to troll us, Abdul? And you could not find a place to troll except here? I assure you are in the wrong location. I will wipe the floor with you. No, I'm not joking. This is what Muhammad said. Muhammad, he taught Muslims that if a woman, she is divorced 3 times, she cannot go back to her previous husband until the new husband if her, and he tastes her juice and she tastes his juice. You think I'm joking? And by the way, this is not juice. The translation is false. It is the semen. Until he tastes her semen, she suck it, and until he tastes her juice, which is supposedly Muhammad, he claimed that women, they have semen in her vagina. The Muslim, they translate it as until she tastes the honey of the other husband and he tastes her honey. That's false. The word usayla is semen. All right? So she cannot go back to the previous husband until she get ifed, and the new husband, he tastes her semen and she tastes his semen. Very porn religion. Pornographic. Yeah, this is the Quran. Yeah, the Quran says she cannot go back to the husband until he if her. Here Muhammad he elaborate and he explained that he have to if her and taste her juice and she taste his juice, which is semen. All right. Very, very hippie sexual cult. Uh, let us see. Well, obviously, there's nothing will happen. That is the news for today. I'm just trying to find a reference. Let me show you. Because a Muslim, he might say, here it says, taste his honey, and he tastes her honey. It doesn't mean semen. Christian Prince is lying to you. But you know, I don't say things without proofs. So, Usayla is a word mean nitaf, which means semen. All right. Let us see. Give me a second. النطفة. Okay, let's see. Here we go. So, and the meaning of Usayla is a semen. Let me try to make it shorter so we can apply the audio.
The meaning of Asila is sperm, and this agrees with what Al-Hasan al-Basri said.
See? So what is the meaning of Usayla, the one in Arabic? Is semen. She tastes his semen, and he tastes her semen. And remember, the Muslim believe that women have semen too. So you might say, oh, but women don't have semen. Well, in the stupid Quran, she does. All right, I think we have enough for today. What do you think, guys? Do we have enough for today? Very sexual, filthy Muhammad. What this guy is doing now?
from Iran. And we have the Houthis. All of their missiles and rockets came from Iran. We've got Shiite groups in Iraq funded by Iran. Now, why are they a state sponsor of terrorism? Because they sponsor terrorism all over the world, and they did it with petrodollars from the Iran nuclear deal and other sources of revenue, which was a really bad idea, and that's why Trump pulled out. Here's the reporting over the period here. Hamas-Iran alliance. Captured documents expose decades-long terror funding. So when Israel began to...
Are you serious? I mean, even kids, they knew that. They talk about it in TV. Nasrallah, he says, yes, Hezbollah, they arm us, they give us salary. Give me a break, man. I mean, what those people are doing, they are doing presentation, go to war. Guys, I want to do presentation for you. Iran supporting terrorists. Yes, there is terrorists. They are called Hezbollah. Do you see this slide here? It says Jerusalem Post. And here the Wall Street, and this is Reuters. Iran is funding Hezbollah. I mean, this is top secret, man. Are you sure? Oh, we are shocked. No way. Wow. We should do something about it. Where is my gum? Where is my gum? I need to chew it. Huh. Yeah, I need more. Okay. Now I feel better. Okay. I'm angry. Seriously, Iran supporting terrorists? Are you sure, Senator? And you brought those with you to the Congress, to the senators? I do not know, huh? They never heard of it. Like they killed 250 soldiers 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Didn't know about it. Oh, they attack our bases, they kidnap our soldiers, they kidnap American, they took hostages. Now they are in the... Chew it, chew it. You want gum? If you want gum, let me know. Huh? No, I'm not eating. This is for my throat. It hurted me from speaking for many hours. I don't eat gum, actually. Oh boy. I'm not eating. This is called Eclipse. Eclipse. You can buy it from Amazon. It helped me, it helped me my throat will not go dry. But after talking for many hours. But I cannot use it when I'm live. I use it when I am out. I'm done. You guys keep me here for 10 hours. Okay? But I don't have those slideshows, like the senator. You can try it. It's cheap, actually. I think I bought it for $7. It have 180 from Amazon. Search it. It's called Eclipse. By the way, this is not. This channel is not sponsored by Amazon. I mean, you cannot watch one channel in YouTube. They are not sponsored by somebody. You cannot even. They are so mean. I hate those channels. I mean, even the guy who's supposed to sound good, like talking about the this video is sponsored by the battery of shish kebab. If you are worried about your battery dying, you better try this battery. And I assure you, he never tried. Like, imagine Sam Shamoun making an advertising promotion for shampoo. This is how bad the situation is. People who never tried the product, they never even have it for a second in their lifetime. They hold the product, they say, this is the most amazing. It have vitamin C and D and C and shit. I mean, all the things you need. Try it and you will be like a horse. By the way, the doctor told me my health is not doing... I mean, the whole video is talking about his health is not doing good. And then this vitamin, so good, Anyway, and people buy, you know, just promote something for them, right? No, I agree with him many times, not all the time. I don't agree with everybody. I don't agree with myself all the time, you know. You have to disagree, otherwise there's something wrong. All right. Middle East, Arabic, born Arabic speaking Christians love our hummus. Where you are from, my friend? J. What do you mean love our hummus? Where are you from? Which country? Are you from Israel? Yeah, I like hummus. I like falafel. I did not eat for long, actually. No, Zakir Naik is not. Zakir Naik now he's busy. He is, you know, doing some stuff we cannot talk about. First of all, you are lying. I am not busy. I was in the bathroom taking my peanut 3 times. Zakir Naik, I was just trying to cover you up. I know you are shaking your penis 3 times. By the way, why the Prophet says shake your penis 3 times after you piss? Get some breath. First of all, because the Prophet Muhammad is teaching us how to be very clean. What do you mean very clean? Your Prophet, he used to take shower with dead dogs and women blood from garbage and stinky stuff. I mean, women blood. And you are saying to me the Prophet teaching us how to be clean? Get some breath. First of all, the Prophet, he was doing that for a purpose. What is the purpose? Because simply, the Iranian and the Israeli, they were at war. Look, what does have to do with this? What Iranian and Israeli have to do? What war? Get in breath. The war between the Persian and the Israeli and the dudes, they always exist. So Prophet Muhammad, he jumped in the dirty water. He jumped in the dirty water. Exactly. Because the missiles were flying. I was wondering why Prophet Muhammad, he jumped in the sewage. It turned to be because of the flying missiles. Get some breath. This is the first time you said something truthful. Like, Abdul, what's wrong with you? There's no missiles in the time of the Prophet. Are you okay? Get some breath. You are so stupid. At the time of the Prophet, people, they do fart. And they fart a lot. They fart. Oh boy. Yeah, Prophet Muhammad was very clean, you know, to the point he jumped in the garbage. He must be very clean. Where is the picture of Muhammad in the garbage? Here we go. Yeah. All right. So guys, the breaking news is it turned to be broken for real. There's no news in the news. It's just a fart. Iranian fart. Trump fart back at them. There's no real war. It's a joke. It's a mockery. And I hope the Israeli will accomplish victory soon. And I hope if you are an Israeli, please do me a favor. Tell this Netanyahu, attack the electric grid of Iran. Attack their communication system. Stop being stupid. Attack every single tower for a signal. Attack the electricity. And that will stop everything. And that will make, until now they look fine. Because their citizens, they see electricity is coming, water is coming, so normal life is happening. I understand you don't want to hurt the civilians, but electricity is a must to make the regime exposed, that they are losing the ground. Hit it. Stop being stupid. So if you are an Israeli, please carry my message to the Israeli government and the IDF. I care for Israel, I support Israel, and when I scream asking for something because I feel pain when I see those filthy people hurting you and hurting your country, and you are not doing the right thing. And in the same time, I want to say shalom to all the Israeli soldiers. I'm proud of you. Girls before the boys. I saw how those girls, they fly with their fighter jets, go into the heart of the enemy, taking off and knocking down all those mullahs one after one. You girls are heroes. I respect you. You are truly, truly, truly heroes of your country. It's normal to see a man doing that. But to see women, that is telling us that the Israeli state have lions, doesn't matter if they are male or females. All of you, you are lions. All of you are powerful and all of you are warriors. And I salute you. But I want your leaders to do what is right to save as many from your own citizen. It is very painful to see your buildings being demolished. This war will continue as long you don't cut the vein, cut the nerve, cut the lifeline of this regime. And that is start with electricity and water. Then people will revolt. People will go against them. People are people, doesn't matter which country. If Trump, he go in this, make a speech now about how progress we are, and we have no water, we have no electricity, we have even our poo-poo is not going. Do you think I will appreciate Trump's speech? Nobody can live by those speeches. People, they count first what is necessity for life. We don't want to hurt the civilians, but this is the way to end the war fast and to make the regime exposed with his weakness. He will beg you to stop then. Hit the electric grid. Do it now, not tomorrow. And you will see how my advice works. So I might go live again later. We were going to go about this lesbian boy to make him shish kebab, but no problem. We'll go maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow. So guys, did we have a good time? I hope so. All right. And if you want to take a selfie with the Prophet Muhammad, if you are a Muslim, please feel free. Prophet Muhammad is the best between all mankind. He was so clean, and he takes shower with dead dogs and women blood from period and stinky garbage. And that make him the most unique dirt bag ever. He's a prophet. He's so clean and he's holy. Yet he takes shower with dead dogs and women blood from menstruation. By the way, according to science, women menstruation blood is very healthy. You can use that as shampoo. In many civilizations, they used to use it as a bamboo. Like depend where are you from, you know? So like the same word actually, shampoo is bamboo, you know, depend. If you're an Arab, everything is shampoo. Bamboo, balboo, you know, it doesn't matter. It's all shampoo. Like the Israelis now are hitting Iran, wiping the floor with their air forces, with their security, with the police, even the prison, they open the doors for it. What the Iranians say, this is nothing. That was shampoo for us. It's nothing. You know, look at me, look me. I'm the mullah. I would take a shower in front of you. They get naked. Nothing happened to me. I'm still alive. Shampoo, shampoo. The Israeli, they hit the second day. They wipe the floor with the mullahs again. They take off their panties, the laundry, everything. The mullah, he go on TV. Brothers and sisters, they did nothing. They just hit us with shampoo. I tell you, we are fine. Even more than 80% of my leaders are dead, but who care? They are with Allah, enjoying shampoo. Okay. Third day, the mullah, he come and he have only 2 guys next to him. There was 300 next to him, like the Spartan. And then he will say to them, yes, we are going to do retaliation against the Israeli. And don't worry, everything they throw at us is not nothing. It's like shampoo. It's true, from the 300, I have only 2 with me. And I might be the next, but who care? We will be with Allah soon doing shampoo. So the Israeli will keep doing shampoo until there's no shampoo left. So why don't start with the electricity and finish with the shampoo? So we will not see those guys on TV no more. Hit it. Hit it and let the shampoo go in the sewage. So I want to say thank you. May the Lord bless you. And we pray for Israel to have victory soon and peace. And peace for those who love peace, and no peace for the wicked, the Lord said. And we are who? We are the crusade. And who is our Lord? God is good, so is Jesus. He is the good shepherd. He is the good master. He is the good teacher. He is the only one. He can save us from the evil and the wicked. However, we have to be warrior. We have to defend the meek and the weak. We have to be strong against the aggression, against the evil. Don't let them take over. That will be your fault. It's your duty and it's your time to be a warrior for Christ. Defend the truth, and the truth will set you free. And we are the crusade. See ya.